before I come to the politician, let me come to you, Maheshwar Peri, because you've been writing extensively on this. You must have read the government's affidavit saying that there's only a limited area where these paper leaks took place. They've cited particularly Bihar, and that almost 95% and even more, 95 of the top 100 students came from more than 60 coaching centers, 60 centers across the country, and therefore there is no suspicion of a widespread leak or irregularity. Do you agree with that, that therefore a retest is not the solution?
See, Rajdeep, I've never said retest is the only solution. I only said that you need to go through a forensic audit. Now let's look at the timeline of this whole thing. June, somewhere in the month of June, you actually had this problem that's popping up. On July 11th, the government actually comes up with this for audit that was or some data analysis that was done by IIT Chennai, right? Why so 1 month? And the other problem that we're dealing with is the credibility of NTA is at an all-time low. Whatever you do at this point in time, it is up for challenge, it's up for question because the students no longer trust this process. And if you look at the data, whatever IIT report says of limited number of 100 people or 1,000 people or 3,000 people, whatever you do about this whole thing, Rajdeep, like today morning I was reading this IIT Chennai report which talks of how the 67 may 44 are because of physics, which means, remember, if I remove the 6 people also, 61 still got 716 on 7 out of 720. Right.
No, they say, as per the paper, Maheshwar Peri, they say the marks increase is seen across all centers. Higher NEET-UG scores were due to a 20% syllabus cut. So they say there is no evidence that it is abnormal.
No, it is abnormal, Rajdeep. If you draw up a proper bell curve for this whole thing, the inflation happened at the higher end, not at the lower end. Mm-hmm. The inflation, the score inflation and the rank inflation happened at the higher end,
yes,
which is where the seats are. See, if you get a 10 lakh rank, it's meaningless. If you get a 1 lakh rank also, it's meaningless. The entire problem comes below 50,000 rank, and that is where you see the score inflation, and I still have a problem with that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're saying that you believe you don't fully subscribe to the IIT Madras report, am I correct? You're saying that's not enough to suggest there is no widespread malpractice,
yeah, that's how
correct? Okay. Let me ask you, Vivek Thakur, Managing Director, Founder, Scholars Den.
Absolutely.
You look at these, you've also looked at this report closely. Is the government not telling the full truth, or are they banking on a IIT Madras report to cover up?
Rajdeep ji, actually, normal cases, what data analysts do, they do the analysis and then they come to a hypothesis. In this case, the situation is reversed. There is already a hypothesis from the government and NTA that there is no leak. There is no problem. So hence all the data that is supporting its hypothesis, only that is shown. Right from the beginning, even CGI told, why don't you put all the results in public domain without compromising on the secrecy of the candidates? Just put all the records. Which centers, how many numbers? And 3 years correlation between board marks and candidates marks. And this angle of IIT Madras, let me tell you, this is a quid pro quo. In 2017, IIT Madras was at fault and Supreme Court gave it very strict instructions because of printing mistake in the paper. And then government came to the rescue of IIT Madras, and I was party to in that case. And actually counseling of IIT was stayed. So this time, IIT Madras has come to the rescue of HRD Ministry and NTA. This is a very clear quid pro quo.
No, you're making a Mr. Thakur, you're making a very serious allegation. You are telling me that IIT Madras has a quid pro quo with the government of India to save the government of India's skin.
NTA. Some people in government, yes.
Yes, but NTA is obviously linked to the government. Sanju Verma, these are very serious allegations that are being made.
I have evidence to this.
And you claim you have evidence, but the affidavits that have come out in the Supreme Court, government says, look, this is only in a few centers, not across the country. The fact is, even as we speak, a kingpin has been arrested today, and there are links being established with what happened in Godhra. So at one level, the police is carrying out investigation, arresting kingpins, arresting people on the ground. But the government is saying, don't worry. We don't think there is a need for a retest. We don't think this is widespread. I mean, it appears that the government is also trying to somewhere play down what has happened.
You know, Rajdeep, first and foremost, let me say this. The BJP government completely in solidarity stands with all our students, all our youngsters, teenagers, people appearing in competitive entrance exams. because I think all of us are either parents or aunts or uncles to our children, nieces, nephews, what have you. So I would hate to politicize this because the career of youngsters is at stake. But since this is a debate which is also political in nature, let me make a couple of points for the benefit of your audience. First, what has the Modi government done? On the 20th of June 2024, the Modi government ordered a CBI probe into the matter, and that is exactly and precisely the reason you're seeing more than 6 arrests across the country, irrespective of whether in those concerned states it is a BJP government in power, a Congress government in power, or what have you. On the 21st of June 2024, the Public Examinations Act of 2024, which was notified in February 2024, was operationalized with maximum imprisonment of up to 10 years and maximum fine of up to 1 crore for errant behavior and for scamsters who cheat our students and wreak havoc with their careers. On the 22nd of June 2024, the Modi government instituted a high-powered committee under the former ISRO chief, K. Radhakrishnan, to not only conduct a thorough bona fide probe, but to also ensure that these kind of leakages or malpractices, what have you, are done with. There is transparency, there is accountability, and students are not left, at the short end of the stick. The moot point is this. When Mr. Vivek Thakur says that, the IIT Madras analytical report, which says there was no widespread, malpractice, maybe indirectly he feels that the BJP or the Modi government connived with IIT Madras to come out with a report which showed the government in good light and not in poor light. I have this to say to Mr. Thakur. You said you have proof. If you have proof, submit it to the concerned authorities, because even I can sit on a channel and say, Vivek Thakur runs a coaching center out of Moradabad, and I have heard horror stories.
This is not correct.
I have heard horror stories of students from your coaching center. But I'm not going to get into that. Don't make spurious allegations,
I didn't ask for your background that you have come from.
Don't make spurious allegations.
Sanju Verma. No, 1 minute. Please put her voice down. We are not here to, if you have proof against Mr. Vivek Thakur, then you put it in the public domain. Similarly, Mr.
Ask him for proof.
1 minute. Let him, you have proof, Mr. Thakur, of what you are saying when you say IIT Madras has connived with the government of India?
No. I'm not saying that. I am saying
you said there's a quid pro quo.
That is exactly what you said.
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute, ma'am. Put up your voice down.
Let me answer to that.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a clear case in 2017 where Supreme Court actually stayed counselling of JEE Advanced, and the exam was conducted by IIT Madras. Similar case was there, great similarities with the NEET case, where actually Supreme Court pointed out that there were printing mistakes in the paper of Hindi, and in that case, after staying the counselling, in the next hearing, IIT Madras got away with strong support from the government. So that's why I'm pointing why IIT Madras and why...
that is not proof. That is not proof of a quid pro quo. No, sir, let us be fair. When you make comments like a quid pro quo involving IIT Madras, you should come up with something much stronger than that. What may have happened in 2017 need not necessarily influence what's happened in 2024. If you have any problem with the analysis, as Maheshwar Peri said, he has a problem with... What is the problem with the analysis?
There are major problems. This is a statistics of convenience. See, even CGI told very clearly in the court that why not put all the results in public domain and let data analysts come up with the things. They are just digging that part of the entire data result, which is suiting this hypothesis that there is nothing wrong. See, I am just the voice of students because I am seeing their pain.
Students' pain cannot be the basis. Eventually, it has to be all factual. You have to get hard facts. Shama Mohammed. Just a minute. Let's go with hard facts. The facts of the case as they stand is what when an affidavit is put, if you have flaws that you can point out in the affidavit, by all means tell me. But don't suspect a quid pro quo without putting the facts out.